What's going on in the MMA world? So much to talk about today. We have Jon Jones that might possibly fight Brock Lesnar. I definitely want to watch that. Sign me up. I want to watch that. We have this weekend Overeem versus Sakai. So excited for that fight. Um, Last weekend, I was supposed to make a video about Hannah Cyphers because she has 4 losses in a row. I want to talk about that. We have Jorge Masvidal training Tyrod Woodley to literally like beat Kobe Covington in a nice, embarrassing fashion. So much to talk about. So let's talk about Overeem versus Sakai for a minute. Overeem is pushing 40 years old, right? So it's now or never. He's got to do it now, He's got to get that belt. Do I think he could beat Miocic? I don't know. They fought. He obviously didn't win, but he had his moments. Um, Overeem versus Rosenstruck. So that fight, right? I had Overeem winning. Obviously, the horror show on his face, you know, of course the ref had to stop that fight. But if that fight would have went to decision, if what happened to his face didn't happen is what I mean, then Overeem would have won that fight. Obviously, Overeem did not get through with Francis Ngannou. He did not win that fight. That was a clear, devastating, murderous KO. I mean, that was just beautiful. Then, yeah, so this fight, I hope he wins it. I really do. I don't want to see him retire. I don't think 40 is that old. I mean, obviously, for MMA, it's kind of old, but there are fighters that fight, they say 30s, 40s a new 30, so whatever. But yeah, so Brock Lesnar versus Jon Jones. You guys want to watch that fight? I want to see it. I really hope it happens because I love Brock Lesnar. Like, he is so freaking entertaining. He's amazing. And I just want to see him back. Like, I remember watching, like, fights with him versus, like, who's that guy? Frank Mir or something? Like, he submits him and stuff. Like, I don't know. Obviously, he didn't win that. But, like, just watching him fight is just entertaining. So, him versus Jon Jones, we should definitely do that. And then we have Jorge Masvidal is apparently training. I saw a video, he's like training with Tyron Woodley. I don't know, man. I gotta say Kobe Covington is gonna win this fight. I don't know. Like, they're I gotta say he's gonna win this fight because obviously, okay, when Jorge Masvidal was talking about Kobe Covington when they were friends and now they're not friends, when they were talking about all of that, apparently like Kobe Covington is better than Jorge when they would like train together. But who knows? Who knows if it's true? You know, when at least when they're like wrestling and stuff, like he's getting the better of him. But I don't know. And then we also have Jorge Masvidal fighting Nate Diaz. So for the second time, when I saw this, I was like, what? Is this a joke? Because Nate Diaz lost that fight. Like, he lost that fight unless he fixes his scar tissue, right? Because he wasn't out. Listen, he wasn't out of the fight mentally. He was out of the fight because of the doctor stoppage, because of all the blood, right? Because of that scar tissue. He bleeds in every fight. So like, yeah, when I saw that fight, I was like, do you really need to stop this? Because Nate Diaz bleeds in every single fight. Look at the Conor McGregor fights. Like, he bleeds in every fight because that's just how his face is. Like, he has a lot of scar tissue. His cuts reopen really easily. So if he got the surgery to like fix that problem, then that's great. But if he didn't do that, this fight is going to be the same. Like, Jorge is going to connect. He's going to start bleeding. The doctor's going to stop the fight. I mean, because there's no quit in Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz he's probably not going to tap, and he's for sure not going to like get out of it mentally, where obviously maybe he gets too much damage and then the ref saves them, maybe. But I don't know. Who do you think wins that fight? Because I think Jorge Masvidal is going to win that fight. I mean, he was doing really well in the first fight, and I think it's just going to be the same thing. I don't even know why he's putting the belt on the line, but it is kind of cool that he's fighting, because then Kobe Covington's fighting, Jorge Masvidal will be fighting, and then once they're done with those 2 fights, then they can just go fight each other. Hopefully, if they both win, then it's like the stars are aligning. Yeah, so then we also have Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson. That's another good one. So much to talk about. Let me know in the comments. I'll meet you guys in the comment section because there's so much to talk about. Yeah, thanks.